Oh. Oh, okay. So they give you a little note. Alright, well, dawn is at 7 a.m., I guess. Anyways, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pathologic. We now have to talk to Saburov.
Now or never. We need a decisive move.
Yesterday, you told the Canes that we may possibly have to face an epidemic. I believe you, Bachelor. In all honesty, I'm one of the few people that do. The rest are astonishingly blind. Excellent. Most important thing is that I've finished, so what do you intend to do? We still have a few precious hours to stop the disease from spreading, just like Isidore Barak died a few years ago. Oh, did a few years ago, okay. We need to declare a state of emergency, but I can't do anything. My hands are tied. What is barring you from declaring a state of emergency? The authority belongs to the triumvirate that is presided over by the patron, the head ruler, but now that Simon is dead, his place is vacant. Georgie and Vlad are too afraid that the old balance might shift. These tragic events are reconfiguring the local power landscape. And if I declare a state of emergency at my own discretion, there will be a feud, a civil strife. I need them to acknowledge me, at least. To take further action, I need the Olgimskis' money and Kane's standing. I need Big Vlad's cunning and Georgie's energy. I also need their servants to follow my orders. Why won't they make concessions to you? Glaringly obvious every minute counts, else the town will die. What are they going to rule then? It's their damned infantilism. One of them is a greedy child, another is a whimsical one. They think that if they admit that there is an outbreak in town, it will actually happen. But as long as they refuse to believe it, it simply doesn't exist. It's either megalomania or cunning calculation. What can I do to convince them? Find proof, any proof, immediately. While Reuben tampers with the body, and he'll be busy with it for a long time since he's not a professional, the initiative will be lost. Help me, Dankovsky. Find factual proof, show it to them, and they won't be able to deny the truth any longer. Sadly, this is now direct duty. I received a letter from the powers that be testifying to that extent. What steps are you planning to take? What steps are you planning to take? I've asked several people I trust for help. Perhaps they've already offered to help you too. Some of them have sent word to me already. Furthermore, Anna, the current owner of the Willows, is positive that she knows how to find irrefutable proof of the outbreak. She needs a competent person to assist her. Fine, I'll speak to her. Okay, so we got that. We'll go talk to Stamaton later in the day, so that seems like his preference. Do you have anything else for me?
Neither the sun nor death can be looked at without winking. Who said that?
Isn't this enough reason? Panicking over nothing, been the other way around, it would have been better. We would know what to be afraid of, but the people wouldn't. Over nothing, their panic makes perfect sense. Yes, they've stopped lynching girls on a charge of cannibalism and possession of two souls, but if the dead keep piling up, they will go looking for someone to pin that on. We'll be able to stop the threat before the panic turns into catastrophe only if I'm supported rather than stonewalled. Everything is in your hands, Bachelor. Okay. Well, let's go, talk with Anna, I guess. She's, like, right down the road. Hello.
Is Haruspix planning to get rich here? The prices rose 5-fold over the morning.
So what do you think? Is it unstoppable? I've started saving up pills. Tell me which ones work better. I've come on Saburov's behalf. Real proof is required for the rulers to devolve their powers to him and begin cooperating, and you know where to find it, don't you? Incidentally, are you aware that no one believes you? Seems like Saburov the despot was the only significant person who have sided with you. He could have prevented the disaster, but it's too late now. Why the hell doesn't anyone believe me yet, I wonder? Yesterday they're all very busy harping on about my educated opinion being the ultimate truth to them. It's all such a mess. We've been living a very quiet life for a while. We're not used to. A lot of people were killed yesterday, you know. I still can't believe it. It's like a pagan demon has passed through town, possessing the crowd, committing foul murder, and somehow remaining invisible. What does he want it to tell me? Disturbing rumors were heard from different districts all night, mostly inconsequential, mostly driven by everyone's fear of the man-eater and the mob's crazed vigilantism. It's all rubbish, but I found several reports disconcerting. Which ones? Brought to me by second-hand dealers. I've started saving up medicine, you know. Never mind. Anyways, everyone's noticed an unusual silence and occasional strange animal behavior, especially that of dogs. And there are packs of rats, too. The hunchback said that such things are often left unnoticed in the general panic. It does resemble the first signs of an outbreak, with sounds could be caused by fear. Dogs always get anxious when people do. As for rats, there's a slaughterhouse nearby. There were other signs too, frightening scribblings and repulsively oily spots on walls here and there. Raspy breathing that could only belong to giant lungs could be heard by the silent houses. They say the Shabnak, the embodiment of the disease, is breathing poisonous air, leaving her fat on the walls as she walks by. What am I supposed to do, break into every house that a rat runs by? Especially considering the rulers refuse to provide me with aids. These descriptions tell me nothing. I'll be able to find a hotbed by them. The children know which houses are infected. There were 3 of them, 4 tops. You know what? Talk to Capella, the young old Gimskaya. Children are drawn to her like moths to a flame. They tend to hang around everywhere and report everything to her. She's at the lump now, and tell her I will share my pills with the children. Okay, I'll talk to Capella. Yeah, we'll go talk to Capella. Okay, cool. Alright. Finally get a chance to meet Capella, I guess. Can I go in this door? I can. Oh, this takes me to a different part of the house. Oh, hello. Oh,
Yes?
that's a cool painting. Oh, sorry.
Yes?
Look at all this. If only my dear mother was alive, she'd take the reins of power in her hands. Even father would listen to her. But who is to take care of us now? Not Katerina, that's for sure. The mistress is too exhausted. Katerina's supposed to take care of you? Katerina is scared like a child herself. And I also think she's being tricked. Yes, her prophecies come true just like it's always been, but they are becoming more and more noisy. Every word she utters comes across as a metaphor. Could she really predict the future? Too bad I didn't know your mother. Yes, she had waves of warmth and power emanating from her. She held the whole town in her grasp like a giant bird protecting her fledglings. Not a single demon could invade our little community. I remember those happy times. People like her leave this world earlier than those who only live for themselves.
I feel a current in my veins.
Bachelor Dankovsky, the founder of Thanatica, an unexpected visit. Victoria, I need your help. But of course, how can I help? Any chance heard of anything unusual going on in town from the children, perhaps? You must be aware that I'm looking for Isidore's murderer. I was actually about to share this with you. Little kids come to me in flocks from throughout the town. They are all scared. The youngest are afraid of Shabnak. The older ones tell me there's something wrong with certain houses, and who knows what's inside. Which houses are those? Children are lovely reporters. They remember all that's crucial to them in great detail and leave out everything else completely. As for this case, my friends have noticed a staggering amount of details, and yet they've forgotten to tell me the most important part, so I can only give you a rough direction to the area. I'd be more than grateful. It's in Earth, the troubled southern part of the town. You could use a guide down there. Find a boy named Sticky. He'll show you the houses that have fallen silent. He'll also tell you what is where so you don't get confused. Thank you. One more thing. Lara was looking for you. She needs your help with something. Everyone does. I'll go see her if I have time. Boy named Sticky lives. Alright. Well, we'll go swing by Lara's house, I guess, see what she needs help with on our way up to see Sticky. So I want to go out and to the right. Hello, Lara.
Who will take on the responsibility for us?
There's panic everywhere, right? The prices are rising by the hour, not to mention that we haven't received any provisions for several months. The shops are empty. People are eager to buy anything at exorbitant prices. Everyone is trying to prepare themselves for the epidemic. Someone has admitted that I am right. We need to buy emergency rations, a lot of them. It will be a challenge even today, but I fear that tomorrow it will simply become unfeasible. How much do you need? We need a lot. I want at least 12 people to be able to survive for a month in the house that will become a shelter, with minimal expenses, of course. My friends and those who helped me set the place up will be accepted in. And what did you do to make that happen? I've collected all the money I could find. I've sent couriers on a shopping mission trying to find the best prices. Now I need to collect the most important donations from the Kanes and the old Gimskis. Yuli agreed to make a donation too. I'm going to see them now and then I'll join this crazy shop rush. You're not going anywhere. It's a general rule, Lara. Those who stay and survive, those who go around shopping die. Get it? I do, but I'm used to doing everything myself and I don't really have a choice right now. I have to do a lot of walking anyways. Tell me what you need. I need to collect Vlad the Younger's, Yulia's, and Maria Kana's donations. Tell them that you're acting on my behalf. Then you'll need to find the best prices and buy as much bread, smoked meat, and fish as possible. Only products that don't go bad quickly. You'll need to take it all to the House of the Living. I'll show you where it is. Where can I find the best price at the moment? I've heard some shops are planning to sell stuff for bargain price from time to time. Ask the townsfolk, they should know. Okay. Thank you, and forgive me for burdening you with this time-consuming and mundane errands, but one day a lot of people will be very thankful that we managed to take care of the vital issues beforehand. Work is neither very time-consuming nor mundane, definitely more than a mere errand. Okay. Yes, this seems important. Alright. Well, we can go stop by Yulia's. Alright, everybody else is kind of spread out. Well, this does seem to be, an important mission. It's, probably not as important as our current main story quest, so focus on that first, and we'll get to it as we are able to. I'm sure we'll be going back towards the canes later in the day. Hello, Yulia.
As the mind endeavors to reach one goal, the heart insensibly drags us towards another.
What is going on in town? I wish I could go out and see for myself. I hate to broadcast a general word tomorrow. Everyone is sustained or be arrested, made to stand. How can I make the rulers come to their senses? The hunt for the step managers turned into a funeral carnival. This is how the Canes are laying the keeper of our life to rest. Canes have the power, but it feels strange to see them use it like this. Canes are no less magnificent than their turbulous fantasizing would suggest. They hold the utmost sacral authority. One could even say they are the architects of the law by which we are to live. Conceivably, they should either utmost to define and implement the boundaries which we should never transcend. After all, this is the core function of any lawmaking entity. But then, do you know what is especially fascinating about the Canes? The boundaries are nowhere to be seen. And that's what people like. Nina, may God have mercy on her soul, ruled over this place not quite unlike a vampire would govern her flock. Consequently, the people adore her even more now than when she was still alive. Whatever power Nina had to dominate the souls of her subjects, she hardly ever resorted to it. Not that she needed to. She was worshipped all the same, and her most inhumane endeavors were eagerly forgiven. Just some food for thought, bachelor. Why did everyone put up with her? The reason would be, perhaps, that whatever Nina did, she did to appease the people. However cruel, her every undertaking would illuminate the town with festivity and high spirits. There's hardly a thing that people crave more than they crave spectacle. I see.
I should let some fresh air into the room, but I don't feel like it.
That's fair. I've come on Lara Ravel's request. True, she did say that she needed to buy some provisions, stock up on drinking water and whatnot. Some couriers have offered their services to me already, and then there was this profiteering peddler who visited yesterday. The mind boggles just to think that all this hullabaloo was caused by the death of one single man. Epidemic hazard, the disease we're about to face, is likely to be more terrible than plague, Yulia. One man's death has nothing to do with it. You amaze me, Bachelor. Did you not make fun of the Shabnak rumors yesterday? Mind you, there was some factual basis for all the hearsay. A lot of people don't have the faintest idea of what kind of life may be found deep in the steppe. They don't even know what kind of people live there, what kind of food they eat, what kind of effigies they make out of clay. Neither do you, to be fair. Still, you don't hesitate a moment to accept a rumor of an epidemic as a veritable truth. Is the concept of the disease that much more familiar to you than that of a man-eating abomination made of clay? All I did was sensibly evaluate the probability of both versions. Let us get back to more pressing matters then. Here, take the money. I'm not so eager to give everything I have to alleviate the outbreak, because I've yet to see any proof that the outbreak is real, but I am well aware of the reality of Lara's drastic circumstances. I'll embrace the opportunity, however slim. Hopefully, at least part of the money will be used for purposes other than this shelter she's conceived of. Okay, I'm not gonna... Oh, alright, well, she just gave us a bunch of money. That's good. Alright. Let's go find, what's his name? Sticky. I think it's this one? No, it's this one behind us. Okay. Should grab all the empty bottles we can out of here. Alright. Is there anything here that we could steal? Probably. Maybe not. Doesn't seem to be anything in these little back rooms. Ah, you must be the boy we're supposed to meet.
So, I've seen this Haruspex. Didn't look too happy.
Want to see something fun? Sure. In the grounds, some houses are always open for you. Others open for everyone only under special circumstances, if a person dies or when there's a wedding or something. Others still are only open to those who can find a creep hole in. And? Well, I collect places like that. I made a map a year ago. Now there are so many marks on it that there's no room for houses. I hid in a house for about 2 hours once. The owners were there, but they didn't notice me. Interesting.
Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten.
Interesting. Will you teach me to tell a person's expected lifespan by their pupils? They say you've seen a silent house. I've seen it all right. Shouldn't have done that. Hey, can you check me? You know, like your doctors do, just in case. Although they say if you get sick, you could feel it straight away. It feels as if someone was pouring boiling tar straight into you. No fever, you're fine. So you seeked into infected houses? Which ones? One's really close by, just across the yard. There's one. That's one. That's one freaky place, alright, all hot and smeared with bloody fat. Ew. They say bloody mold was crawling up the walls during the first outbreak, too, like a scab. This is rubbish. A scab on stone walls? I know what I'm talking about. That thing's carrying the disease. That's why it's so creepy. What if it crawls further? And no one cares. The guys tried to tell them. If you see blood leaking from under a door, that's where a shabnak, has had a feast. But no one believes them guys. Oh, them guys. Is it better never than late or something? What makes you think these houses are infected? Nothing. I'm not that sure, really. But you said yesterday that Simon died of a disease, so I put 2 and 2 together. I'm not a baby. I know how things work. And I don't really believe in all that step stuff, even though I live next to the kin. My friend's father is a tanner. He says it's all hogwash, too. Silent house somewhere nearby. Come, I'll show you. No, I'll show you. You're not going anywhere. You're staying home, waiting for me to return. Okay. He said it was right across the yard. Wait. Okay, I don't have any letters yet. Dun, dun, dun. Little rascal quite... Okay. Right across the yard. And it should have... stuff. Inspect all these houses around here. Does the store go somewhere else? That door's locked. I don't see anything on any of these that makes them look different. Certainly nothing leaking out from under the doors. All the doors are locked around here. You did say it was right across the yard, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Is it this one, maybe? Wait, no, this is his house. Hi. Okay. He won't tell me anything. No, I thought that was something different, but then I think that's just a graphical bug. No? Hey, don't mind me, just sort of breaking into houses here. Right across the yard. All these houses look fine. Well, I know some of the houses are marked in pink. I don't know if that means anything. Oh, that might be shops. Yeah, because this one's a shop. I have to enter Silent House. Who's must be careful. Everyone told me the local drugstore's running out of immune system medications. I still have some of these, but you know, I don't want to use them until I actually find whatever friggin' house I'm looking for. I don't know how to do that. I could have asked the child for more specific directions. Like, hey, can you just tell me which house it is? You don't need to, like, you know, physically take me there. Just point at it on the map. Yeah, I'm not, like... Right, because he said you could see it... I don't know, maybe I can go ask him again. He said it was right nearby. He said you could see it because there'd be red stuff leaking out the door, right? But I'm not seeing any of that anywhere. At least not in the immediately nearby houses. Hi.
Something's on. I feel makes my hair stand on end.
I hope you've quenched your thirst for acts of valor. I want to know what we need to be looking for. I've heard all that stuff about a turned skin, a bloodsucker man-eater, about it being a man, and about it being a woman. I've heard the tales of an invisible, many-headed beast that can go through walls, but that's all hogwash. Light me, what else is there to find? The killer is unusual, but it exists. And we need to be looking for the carrier of the disease, right, Master? And now I hear a man talking. Who is it? A man-like creature, skin so pale that it seems to be gleaming. He comes from under the ground sometimes, turns up somewhere around the rotten field between the cemetery and the abattoir. Have you seen it? Once. Not sure that was the thing, though. We've tried to follow it a couple times, but it always knows it's being followed. Anyways, it fits the description. A rather strange thingy. I can even imagine why folks say it has several heads. Why? Because it does. That's a stupid joke.
Enough chin wagging.
Main quest is to stay at home for now. Amy doesn't believe there's an outbreak is a perfect fool and needs a block of everything. Delay is tantamount to death, right? How do you know all this? When people thought a man-eater was in town, they locked their doors up. Only the brave ones didn't. And those who somehow knew that the rumors were all fibs. Got it? I've seen very few open doors so far, and now some houses are standing ajar. They say there's a moaning coming from inside. All in all, no one in their right mind would invite the diseases to their homes. I'd say that kind of welcome is a bad sign. You think I'm going to walk around pushing every door until one of them opens? That's stupid. Even I wouldn't do that. There are other clues that set a dangerous place apart. Ask some guys around here. As for the girls, you can ask Grace and Capella. Not Murky, though. Her imagination is getting the better of her. She makes a lot of weird stuff that gives me the chills. Thanks for your advice. Okay.
Every Joker's once.
Okay, that's all I'm going to get, it looks like. Interesting. So, ask random people, I guess. Ask the children. Maybe they know. So not unless I'm just, actually just walking around trying all of the doors in town until I find one that's unlocked. Because I'm not, all these houses look the same. I don't see any exterior signs of, infection. Ask this random guy. Oh, there's a child right here. Hey. You defeated the foe, found the root of evil, as happened to a mate of mine. What happened to this worthy man? He broke a leg once, right? Also got himself kidney pains. It was early spring March or so. And so he went off to gather them warts. 'Twas high time for them. Said he'd sell them so they're made into potion, that is, twirine. Otherwise, they're pretty worthless. He went to gather warts with a broken leg. That's the point. That's the point when he broke it. Obviously, he went to gather herbs unbroken, running around regardless of whether you're even whole or all in pieces, a modern thing. Things used to be different back then. What does that have to do with the turn skin? Stop interrupting me then. He wanders off. Darkness falls, and he feels something just grabbed his leg. Thought maybe he's grabbed one too many herbs and roots, so the earth wouldn't let him go. He took the best ones, too, the juiciest. Oh, what was it? He looks down at something holding him, something hand-like, like a hand. Doesn't seem like a root at all, holding him fast, trying to get to his ankle. Then he sees that it's a bone hand, for real. So it was him, the Shabnak. And so my mate tried to break free and run off, come back home, and saw that his leg was broken. Interesting. Well, he got sick, right? It's just all medical stuff. Yeah, sure, whatever. Hey, small child. Where are you running so fast? Shopping, everything gets so pricey. Why is this happening? He says it's because the train will not come because there's something stirring. Okay, train's not coming, nothing's stored at home, not even flour. Indeed, a sobering tragedy. Okay, but I need to know where the houses are. Here, I can trade you stuff, right? Yeah, I could definitely use lockpicks. How much for the lockpick? Price 5. Oh, hang on. 5, there we go. Take that, and then the rifle ammo is price 2, so, okay, I have those, though. Take the rifle ammo as well. Perfect. None of this is really helping me, though. I'm not any closer to working out which houses are infected or how I would know. Well, that might be it. Yeah. Okay, just gonna take one of those. Who is it? Is that a person? Will you help me? What's wrong with you? Can't you see me? It hurts. My head is about to burst. Blood is curdling in my veins. I'd scream, but I don't want the children to hear. Lie still. Don't come close. We're dying already. I told my sister not to go outside. So they're shambling around the house. Who's shambling around and why? Just don't kill us. Don't kill them if they ask you for help. Their mind is clouded with pain. They can't even find each other. They're only praying. Don't come close to them and step away from me too. Make them stop following me then. Take the key. You'll be able to open the door if we lose consciousness. Okay. Interesting. Hello. What's up? Ah. Nope. Okay. Yeah, they're just like following me around. Well, there's definitely hello. Nature of the filth and the inflation covered poor one's body. Rules require proof. Present Sabarov with the key. Grizzly mantle that unlocks secrets contained within this diseased place. There we go. Alright, cool. It's just down the house from Sabarov's house, too. Is this not Isidore's house? I'm almost positive that's Isidore's house. Oh, well. Yeah, it 100% is. I don't know, maybe those were his housemates. Maybe they just sold his house very quickly after he died. This place seems like it has a booming real estate market. Hello, small child. You might have stuff to trade to me, right? What do we got? You have shotgun shells, revolver ammo, and lockpicks. I've still got some stuff left to trade to you. Alright, how much is everything? So the lockpick is 5. In total I have 8. I'll take the lockpick. Okay. Which one is it? One of these 2? That one's 2. Okay, there we go. That'll do. I don't think I'm not going to take the shotgun shells right now. Because I feel like a revolver is more likely to be an earlier or less expensive find than the than a shotgun. Hello.
Now or never. We need a decisive move.
I've found proof, Governor. Here's the key to a house where several people dying in agony are waiting for anyone willing to examine them. Will that be enough? I already received a report of your spectacular success. News of your deeds precedes you. Now I want you to personally convey your opinion on what you've witnessed to Kane and Olgimsky. That way we can consider your mission complete. I will do that. Okay. I gotta go talk to some people. Alright, Vlad. Come to there you are. Come to yell at you about plague.
Yes?
See what you've done, Doctor? You won't be able to leave this place now. The town is blocked off. I've transferred my powers over to Sabarov. He didn't hesitate to express his gratitude by assigning me to the position of an intendant. Now I'm in charge of equipping and maintaining infirmaries. I'm sure the train is not the only line of communication with the rest of the world. I'm not planning to leave. Pity. I wanted to ask a favor of you in return, but I will do that later. I want you to get to know your new allies better, the Kanes and the Sabarovs, otherwise it will be less dramatic. We'll have an opportunity to come to an agreement. Okay. Vital game security still gets at 30. Okay. Make sure the Kanes do as well. Hey, Georgie. Believe me now?
I feel almost nothing.
I feel guilty for having misled you, dear bachelor. Forgive this old man. I thought your ignorance of our local affairs would mystically skew the circumstances in your favor. Forgive me if I was wrong. There's no unexpected news to be heard, is there? Disease is spreading around the town already. It's necessary that we urgently appoint mid-level of executives, get all the doctors and hospital attendants. Let Sabarov take care of that. After all, he was the one to demand an emergency power from us, which we're granted. I've already sent all of my men to assist him, as well as an appreciable amount of money to further his administrative activities. We don't have any doctors or hospital attendants. The only man that knows something about medicine is currently examining my brother's body. It is strange there's been no news from him so far. We need to send someone after him. What about you? What are you going to do? We will fight. Until the very end, I will personally persecute those who would dare describe the disease as some kind of preordained divine retribution. I will attack anyone who would say Simon got what he deserved. Finally, I will not allow anyone to say that what Simon has built by ceaseless labor is subject to inevitable destruction. Is it really inevitable? This omnipresent fatalism is in your nature too. Retribution for what? Sooner or later, the one who dares challenge the mechanics of nature will pay the price, but this is not something we'd want to believe, is it? This is a conclusion drawn by people who tend to mistake their exhaustion for wisdom. However, even an echo would sometimes grow to become deafening noise. If people keep saying we're doomed, they might well bring about our extinction. What now, Judge? We're not that different from each other, dear Bachelor. I am grateful for everything you've done for us. I appreciate the risk you took to help us, and I am much obliged for the disheartening conclusion you've reached. No matter what you are going to do, you can count on our full support. The reward we have promised you will be duly delivered. Victor will make all the necessary arrangements. I won't leave you on your own in this battle, George. We have a common foe, and we'll fight this foe together. Excellent. Alright. Quest complete. They are in concordance with one another, not a moment too soon. I can go back to Alexander now, for I still have to present my official papers to him and discuss my further authority. I am bound by the power of my word. Whichever shape the enemy assumes, the substance of our confrontation remains the same. That's fair enough, and no new letters for today. Well, that, I think, is a decent place for us to call it for today, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.